All right, let's see. Is it going to go live? There we go. All right, as you get here, make sure that you say hello and let me know that you're here. Here we go. What? There we go. All right. Took me a minute, but so I apologize for being a minute late. We're having to jump through some different hoops with some of this right now. So make sure that you say hello and let me know that you're here. Hello, Wendy. It's good to see you. Happy Labor Day. It's Labor Day, right? Yeah, Labor Day. I get so confused. Labor Day, Memorial Day. Hello, Janet. Good to see you. I wasn't sure if anybody would be able to show up today, and I know a couple of people said yesterday that they would be able to, but things happen. So I appreciate you being here. I really do. So I'm going to, so we don't end up taking too much of our time, I'm going to go ahead and share the affirmation and the journal prompt. And we shall see. Let's see. All right. So, our affirmation for today is I embrace creativity and color outside the lines. And the reason that this means a lot to me is because, most of the time we're inside the box and we're not thinking outside of the lines. And so, to me, embracing creativity and coloring outside the lines means that we are open-minded on the things that we can do in our life and our business and our relationships and everything that may be a little unconventional. Maybe it's not what people tell you to do, but intuitively you know that there's something different to do. And I think we have gotten so far away from listening to our intuition that we take way more guidance on what other people think we should do than what we should do. What do you think, guys? Does it feel like that happens to you too? I know for many, many years, that was me. I wanted to be a rule follower. I didn't want to have anybody upset with me. And so a lot of times I would think there was a different path, but I wouldn't take it. Yeah, Wendy, because it wasn't what people said you were supposed to do. And it's really strange when I finally got to a place where I thought, well, maybe they don't know what they're talking about. That's possible, right? And so I embrace creativity in whatever form it is, whether it's conversations, whether it's drawing, painting, telling stories, going live, maybe it's even being on a podcast, any of those things. I embrace the creativity of doing it, but I color outside the lines. And that's why I like for my podcast, I don't edit anything. And I just, no, you've always been your own. Oh, beautiful, Janet. Beautiful. Well, I am now, but I can say for many years, a long time ago, it wasn't so. And so life feels freer when I'm not held into this box, right? And so I love it. And so I want you to think about where in your life do you still think about it, Janet. Is there any place in your life that maybe you have to stay inside the lines because of a job or a certain person or whatever it is that you would really love to be able to color outside the lines a little bit? I know I have. And so I can't think of anything right now that feels that way. But there has been many, many times in the past. And I'm trying to see if this journal prompt will flip up there. Let's see. Hold on. See if it works. No. So let me do it again. Hold on just a second. Let me grab my journal prompt. And it's funny when I think about this coloring outside the lines statement. When I was a kid, somebody would give me coloring books. Now I would color the coloring books, but I would shade things and do all kinds of stuff. But I really liked creating my own pictures and coloring those. Maybe when I was in a relationship years ago, but no longer. Beautiful. Yeah, I love that, Janet. And when I was a kid, when I was really young, I did think a lot outside of the box and coloring outside the lines. But it was like as I got to working and having a child and doing these different things, that it was like, you're supposed to do it this way, is the way I felt. And I would take advice from so many people that weren't really people I should have been taking advice from. And I don't mean that there was anything wrong with them, but it's like, you don't ask someone who's never ridden a horse how to ride a horse, right? You don't ask someone who's never made very much money, how do you make a lot of money? So I sometimes would be taking advice from people that had never done the thing that I was asking advice about, just because I thought they were older or whatever, that they would know. And I finally got to a place where I realized that that was thinking inside the box for sure. And to color outside of the lines and be outside of the box, I needed to go to people that had done the thing that I wanted to do, right? And it took me a long time to feel confident and capable enough to do that, because at one time I thought, why would they even give me the time of day, right? So it's a lot of stuff that goes on in our heads, right? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share this journal prompt. All right, so I had to take the word journal prompt off so it would all come in there. So list 5 ways you could color outside the lines today, from bending a harmless rule to adding a creative twist to a routine task. And then pick one and go for it. And how does it feel to shake things up? So really take some time today to do this activity and journal how it feels, because we really want to tap into these thoughts and these ideas. And not only the thoughts and the ideas, but how does it feel when we do them, when we step outside of the box, when we color outside of the lines, when we bend a rule that's not like a safety rule, or, it's not illegal, but where we bend something, right? Or change a routine thing that we normally do a certain way, change it up just a little bit. And one of the books that I refer to quite a bit is by Joe Dispenza. Oh God, the name just went right out of my head. I think it's Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, I think. But anyway, in there, he talks a lot about some of the things that we talk about is the fact that we are in routine of the things that we do, right? We get up in the morning, first thing we do is like whoever you are, you might be a person that goes to the bathroom first, or you check your phone first, or you go get a cup of coffee first. Whatever it is that you normally do, if you'll pay attention, you do the same thing. It's like this clockwork, right? It's this routine that you have. And so what Dr. Joe says is that we have to break that habit. We have to change little things so that we can rewire our brains to be more open to change and to create changes in our lives. So one of the reference things I talk about with you guys a lot of times is that if you always put your pants on with your right foot first, start doing it with your left foot first. And it's going to feel very awkward, but it's a simple thing. Like if you're right-handed, maybe do a little bit of left-handed stuff. I'm definitely a routine OCD person. Yeah. And so we can break those habits, just little things. So what you could do today is, if that's what you want to do, is you want to just do something different with your routine. Pick one of the routine things that you normally do. And like, I know we're kind of in the middle of the day today. So for the rest of the day, just think about something that you start to do automatically. Just stop a moment and say, how can I twist this up just a little bit? How can I change it? And then write about how it feels when you change it, because it can feel very awkward when you make a change to something that you normally do. It's even like, most of the time we actually have a route that we drive wherever it is we're going. Hello, Lynn. Hello. And so just changing that route sometimes will get you off your game for a minute. It's like, wait a minute, that's not the way I usually go. And it's like when you have an extra day off during the week, if you're an employee that works, 5 days a week, and let's say you normally work on Mondays and today you have Monday off because of the holiday, then your Tuesday is going to feel like Monday when you go. And there's different things that are going to feel a little bit off because we get so ingrained in our routine that any deviation from it feels awkward. But when it feels awkward, we're stretching a little bit. And so it's really good to be breaking this out just a little bit, getting outside the lines. So, like I said, I'm getting a phone call from my daughter, so I'm going to have to speed this up so I can call her back. She's at work. So the thing is that we take affirmation. I embrace creativity and color outside the lines. Put it on your sticky notes, your index card, the screensaver on your phone, whatever it is you need to do to be able to see that today so that you color outside the lines. Give yourself permission to do things a little bit differently today, right? And then the journal prompt, list 5 ways you could color outside the lines today, from bending harmless rules to adding a creative twist to a routine task. And then pick one of those and just go for it. And then really journal about how it feels when you change the routine, when you shake things up just a little bit, whatever it is, because it's probably going to surprise you at how just changing one little thing can change the way you feel about a lot of stuff. And we want to make sure that we're helping ourselves to step outside of our comfort zone. And even though this is not a scary thing typically, but it is still putting you just a little outside this comfort zone of what you routinely do. And so everything that we do stepping out of our comfort zone helps us immensely going forward in life, right? All right. So my daughter's already called twice. So I'm going to go ahead and pop off here. But you have an amazingly colorful day coloring outside the lines. And I will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern. See you then. Mwah.